This is Maggie Newman and Olivia Wiljum, and we are here today to tell you a quick explanation of what happened with the case Cohen v. California. First, we are going to give you some background information about some of California's laws and what led up to Cohen's arrest. First is the breach of peace law.
Due to all the violence in California, this law states that it's illegal to, quote, create disorder in a public space by the actions of a person, unquote. The goal of this law is to prevent people from having the ability to disrupt social peace in a community. We will get to how this affected him later.
What happened?
In April of 1968, a 19-year-old male named Paul Cohen went to an LA courthouse wearing a bedazzled leather jacket that had F the draft, stop the war on the back. This was in protest of the Vietnam War.
Moments later, Cohen was arrested and charged with violating the breach of peace law and was sentenced to jail for 30 days.
The California court upheld his conviction, but the California Supreme Court sent a letter declining to even hear the case. After this, Cohen decided to go out to the Supreme Court to argue that he did not lay out anything threatening in his speech, especially since it was his political opinion. At the start of the Senate trial, Justice John Marshall Harlan began with reasoning on Cohen's behalf and claimed that his jacket could not have been categorized as fighting words since it was not directed at a particular group or recipient.
What about fighting words or hate speech? Fighting words are words that indicate a willingness to fight or challenge someone, or they are likely to cause confrontation. If you were to protest and use words that threaten somebody's life and nature, this is considered fighting words. This is not what Cohen did. Hate speech is an offensive discourse targeting a group or an individual based on inherent characteristics that may threaten social peace. Hate speech would be using discriminatory words in order to get your point across, which is protected from the government. Justice Harlan later noted that, quote, one man's vulgarity is another's lyric. This reinforces the idea that even unpopular speech and opinions are still protected under the First Amendment. The First Amendment is the first 5 freedoms that a citizen has. These include freedom of speech, religion, press, assembly, and petition. He also warned that, quote, the government might soon seize upon the censorship of particular words as a convenient guise for banning the expression of unpopular views, which means that the government could find a way to limit speech that they find offensive.
But Justice Harry A. Blackmun disagrees with Harlan's claim because he reasons that the language on the Cohen's jacket fell within the fighting words category. Eventually, the Supreme Court ended in a close 5-4 vote. In color are the justices who decided that Cohen should not be convicted, while the justices who are faded were opposed to his act.
In conclusion, Paul Cohen broke California's breach of the peace law, which then gave him a sentence of 30 days, tried his case to the California court but was denied. He then went to the U.S. Supreme Court and appealed his sentence. They proved that Cohen was innocent due to the protection of his First Amendment rights.